NFC East.
Uh,
Washington, Washington Commanders.
It's hard for me, man. Go ahead, mercy. I'm gonna do a slash here. I'm gonna go B-/C. The number one issue we had, we didn't address. We didn't address linebacker. That's an issue for me. I'm cool. I don't know what we was doing. If we was gonna go receiver, no matter what, I think we should just stay where we at and got Olave. We sat there and moved back down to still get a receiver. No disrespect to Dobson. I like him, but I'm like, if we could have stayed there and got Olave, we traded back, and this showed me we still now we lost other picks. So I kind of think the Dobson pick was kind of a forced hand pick because I think the other people we would have drafted went before that. If you look how things went. You look, so Detroit traded up and got Williamson, the other receiver from Alabama.
Traded down.
Baltimore got Hamilton. Somebody else who got drafted we probably was looking at. So it was like I feel like our hand was forced with Dobson. I don't really think that was who we was trading down to get.
I think it was. I've been saying this.
Right.
I told you we were going to go after a receiver, and I agree. If you're going to invest in Carson Wentz and you see the NFL gearing toward offense, we've had these conversations before, you might as well get a receiver. He wasn't going to get – you saw the run on receivers. You know, if that's your guy, trade down and get him. Get some extra picks that they can recoup in the Carson Wentz trade, right? And everybody was mad. Now, listen, I think Dotson's going to be a really good receiver. He was going to go in the bottom half of round one anyway. He was going to be gone anyway. So I like the pick. I didn't understand Brian Robinson in the third, but after I slept on it a couple of days and then some more days, I finally realized that it's offensive minded. So they're trying to do as much to see if Carson Wentz is the running back. Gibson had full issues last year. It's a bruise.
Were you cool with the D tackle in a second?
Yes.
When we had other issues?
Yeah. I think our O-line is good. We just signed Trey Turner.
No, I'm saying other issues could have been addressed if it was other talent there. Are you cool with the D tackle in the second round?
Yeah.
Other issues could have been addressed?
I think so. I'm pretty good. We're gonna get rid of Deron Payne. If our strength isn't our D line, we might as well recoup. Even if we don't, we're not gonna re-sign Deron Payne. I mean, that's known. We're gonna trade him. We lost Tim Settle to Buffalo.
Yeah, so that's what I think. For this year, it'll be his replacement. That'll be the rotational piece. Yeah.
Might as well, right? And Percy Butler, I like him. I think he was a good pick in the fourth round. And then we got Sam Howell,
who some people had in their first round. Some people had second round early, and getting the fifth round, that's a good little steal. I feel like that's a steal. I don't feel like Sam Howell was that bad to be a fifth round talent. That's just me.
Greg, I don't know I think it's a good pick.
I mean, y'all think he was a fifth round talent though? Y'all think he was that bad to be a fifth round talent like that?
Nah, I think it was a third round. Yeah, it was a third round. Craig said no. He probably knows something. I think Sam Howell's a smart pickup. He lost a lot of his weapons. So
Howell's the quarterback that intrigued me the most going into this draft. So
I think he sits. If he's not ready, he can still sit. It's not like Carson Wentz is. It's just that his money's not. We could cut.
You can cut him after this upcoming season.
Yes.
And there's no more guaranteed money left.
No more guaranteed. But if he plays good, then we don't, really, it's good. We're in a good situation with that. The tight end in the fifth, depth. I think Ricky Seals was gone. I think they were really focused on the offense, and I get it. So I mean, that's what
As we should. I mean, yeah, offense in the back end.
that's what the league is gearing towards. I mean, Dotson has a 2% drop rate. So, I mean, that's good. I was surprised that they got him. I thought they were going to get Olave, but, you know, we got a receiver. So, I'll give him a B. I don't think they did too bad. All right. Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey.
Hey. Gotta give him I know, man. Just because of the trade. It was a huge trade, man.
The trade, and I thought, even though there's some injury concerns or whatever, but Dean going in the third round to them, I thought that was pretty good. I mean, he's not ready for the season opener, or does he can't play?
That's a steal. That's a first round talent you got in the third round.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I did see some talk that Dean may have a redshirt season, but
he has a long hinder. Was it Corey? Wasn't it you that posted his injury history? It's a long list, guys.
I think Jordan Davis is a really good defensive tackle. You know, as Fletcher Cox's career winds down, getting a guy like that is really solid. And then
he can stop the run last year. So
having AJ Brown opposite of Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Oh man, Lord have mercy.
They got a good center too.
Cam Jurgens.
Yeah, Kelsey is coming up. You know, I think he's coming back for this last year.
Yeah.
Might be his last year. Yeah,
probably his last year.
And he's probably, which is a great thing if they draft a center. He's probably in the stage like, yeah, come on, then I'll teach you everything I know. I'm leading the game. he
was actually on a live stream when that pick happened, and he was all for it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it was. Was it Bleacher Report?
Yeah.
Really? Yep. I saw that. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I give them a A, but we'll see. They're good on paper. We'll see them when the season starts. If Jalen Hurts can deliver the ball to AJ Brown, that'll come up. That'll come up in a different conversation.
I heard.
I
heard. It wasn't a podcast, but I don't know if it was Get Up or if it was First Take. They said with these moves, Tua and Hurts is under the most pressure. They're in the same situation now.
Yes.
Like, we gave y'all talent. We gave y'all talent. Now produce.
Yes.
You got no more excuses now. We did everything we can for you now.
Yes. The teams are letting them know, like, there's no excuse. We're surrounding you with talent to see what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, Philly should be a playoff team.
Yeah.
Potentially win the division.
Yep. Should. And if they don't, I don't think Jalen Hurts is the quarterback next year.
No, he ain't.
That's a fact.
I think they got to win the division. I mean, I think even just winning the play, let me say this: if they go to the playoffs, he'll have to win a playoff game for them to keep him. I don't think he can just sit there and just go to the playoffs this year and they keep him.
That's hard to get rid of a playoff quarterback.
It depends on how that playoff game.
I don't know, Mo. It depends.
But Philly rough though. I mean, I get it, but we talk about Philly. That's the only reason I'm saying that comment.
That's
Philly kind of rough.
He's building a rapport with the receivers. They made the playoffs. That's gonna be interesting.
I mean, and I get what y'all saying because it's 2 straight years making the playoffs. So yeah.
That's a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
That's a good position to be in. All right, New York Giants. What's the draft grade?
I gave him
A minus.
I gave him an A, man. A lot of people didn't like their picks. You didn't like their picks, Craig?
I mean, after the first two, I didn't like any of the picks, but the first two kind of saved them to me, like saved their grade, I guess.
No, yeah.
Well, they like picks, which is weird to me. I don't understand why.
Huh?
Some draft experts didn't like their picks.
I don't know why they took another wide receiver.
I get round two, but I know some like Joe Klatt was like he didn't like the Giants. He thought it wasn't like,
I think Wan'Dale Robinson is probably insurance in case Tony doesn't end up working out.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I didn't like the pick last year.
I think the guard they added in round 3 is solid. Bellinger tight end, I think, is insurance and is a solid receiving tight end.
They got a lot. They got
Micah McFadden was a good linebacker in college. Like, I thought they added a lot of talent.
They added a lot of talent. They got a safety in the 4th, a linebacker in the 4th, a tight end in the 4th, a corner in the 3rd. As long
as Daniel Jones know he auditioning this year. As long as he auditioning for some other teams.
They got a lot of talent. So I give them an A, man. I think they overall had a good draft. I think they had a good draft. Craig,
so fellas, do y'all think they draft was for overall team growth, or do you think their draft was for? Did they draft was an indication of like Daniel Jones, you out of here? We just building for the team, and you gonna be gone.
I don't know. It's just they had a lot of holes, so
right.
They potentially drafted a couple of starters for their offensive line.
Yep.
Added a couple of weapons, and they got a guy at Thibodeau that was, before he got hurt last year, was being talked about as like a consensus number 1 pick in the draft at 5.
Yeah. So I think they drafted to overall to make the team better. Craig, you didn't like the only pick you didn't like was the receiver pick?
I didn't like I don't like the receiver pick. I didn't like the so I just thought they could have went. I thought they needed more offensive line help, honestly. So the offensive line is just really bad. I mean, I know they took the guard in round 3, I think, or something like that. So
3,
I think
I
think they should have took it.
You bring the list up.
Maybe
I mean, they signed a guard in free agency to start.
Oh yeah, they did. I was just going off of the draft. Well, yeah, okay. You're right.
Yeah, they're trying. I think they're trying to build their team. All right, Dallas Cowboys. What's your draft grade? I know what I gave them.
I gave them
a D.
I gave them a C plus.
Take that up. I didn't.
I mean, they didn't really like. Normally, it seemed like Dallas takes splashy names or like big from players from big time schools. They really didn't do that this draft. But they did need offensive line help. I thought they did need a wide receiver.
Why did he get the center?
But I
think the tackle was
the center from Iowa.
I don't know, but I think the tackle was all right. So you gotta think they lost. I think the tackle was forced. Their hand was forced with the tackle because the other tackles they liked were all off the board. So they didn't have the tackles that they wanted on the board.
Why didn't you get the edge rusher that fell?
Oh, you got one in round 2. I don't know. Maybe they did.
Nah.
He still went first round, right? Didn't the Jets go back in the first round to get the dude from Florida State?
Late in the first round, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think the tackle that they drafted, he needs some work. I mean, from what I heard, he's really grabby. He's aggressive,
the most
but he's
penalized tackle in football, and he went to the most penalized offensive line in the NFL. It doesn't make any sense.
Perfect marriage.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean,
they could have got the best center in the draft.
Now, the one thing I will say is that tight end from Iowa, at least you know he's gonna block. Listen. I mean, from Wisconsin, at least you know he's gonna block. If one thing he's gonna do, tight ends come from Iowa gonna block.
Yeah.
I mean, Wisconsin. My bad, Wisconsin.
I just don't think they did enough. I don't think they did enough. Speaking